good luck getting parts and service. I've seen that comment 1,000 times. I didn't know where the nearest TYM tractor dealer was. I still talk to plenty of people who have never heard of TYM tractors. When I bought my Kubota BX, I only considered Kubota, LS, and John Deere. Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peaks Peak. My name's Lucas, and we're sharing our hobbies here on 38 acres in eastern Kentucky. And today brings us to Grayson, Kentucky, to TYM Tractors, where they have a full lineup of TYM tractors. Colin over here at TYM Tractors asked me to come down and take a look at what they have in stock and kind of share their lineup with you, and also talk about the things that I've learned about the TYM brand. TYM Tractors is located in Grayson, Kentucky, right off of I-64, really convenient location, and they have a great selection of tractors right here on the lot, including, I think, the largest tractor that TYM makes. This is a T130, which is like a Series 6 or something like that utility tractor, about 124 horse model. So this is a pretty sweet machine, and it's well out of the range of things that we need on our hobby homestead. And guys, today what I am setting out to do is answer some of the questions that I have about the TYM brand, because if you're a follower of my channel, you know I have been a big Kubota man. I have my Kubota BX23S, which is about a 23 horse subcompact tractor. It's done everything we've asked it to do and more. It's done a great job. But you also know I've been handling some logs and full firewood totes and things that are just starting to get out of the realm of what that tractor needs to be doing. So I'm starting to learn about what options are on the market for me to step up and be able to pick up heavier logs and full firewood totes with the forks on the front and things like that. That has kind of led me to investigate the TYM brand, because I still talk to plenty of people who have never heard of TYM tractors. They've heard of John Deere and Kubota, Massey Ferguson, some of the bigger names, but unless you are a follower of the original homesteading YouTube channels like Arms Family Homestead, then you might not be familiar with the TYM tractor brand. And until Cullen reached out to me, I didn't know where the nearest TYM tractor dealer was. Now, I had heard a little bit of buzz about the fact that TYM was buying out Branson tractors a little over a year ago, and that caught my attention because my dad had a 2006 Branson 4720, I think it was, you know, about a mid 40 horse range tractor that he used and he really loved. He bought it at a shop up in Indiana, and so the Branson tractor name is something that I recognized. So when I heard TYM had bought out Branson tractors, I kind of was interested to see where that was going. One of the first things that I learned is when you look at the TYM tractor lineup, they'll have two types of model numbers. They have model numbers that begin with T, which are the kind of TYM original tractors, and then they have 4-digit numbers like the 5520 or the 3515. All of these 4-digit number tractors are the Branson model tractors that TYM has taken over. Now, it's my understanding that TYM continues to support all of the models that Branson has offered, and they still have a full line of parts and all the things that you would need for those Branson tractors. So if that's a name you're familiar with, that should add a little bit of confidence to the TYM brand name. Now, something else I've learned about the TYM lineup of tractors is they have a Series 1 model tractor, which are the subcompact frame tractors. So right here on the end, we've got a T224, and I don't know the specific numbers on all of these tractors, but the T224 would be the most comparable to like the BX series of tractors that we've been running. And then you step into a subcompact T25, which you can tell is just a little bit larger frame. Now, the little T224, I think, will lift somewhere right around 1,000 pounds. So that still puts you very competitive, if not a little bit stronger than the Kubota BX subcompact tractors. And then you get into the 2 series or compact frame tractors, which is the 2515, 3515, all the way up to a 40 horse tractor on this size of frame right here. This compact tractor will lift over 2,000 pounds with the loader and over 3,000 pounds with the 3-point on the back. So this is a very capable machine. And what interests me about this is, yes, you can get it in a 48 horse frame, but you can get it in a no added emissions 25 horse engine. The engine is the same block for all of those. So you know if they're only pulling 25 horse out of it, then it's going to be a good, strong, solid foundation to pull that 25 horse out of. If you know anything about how engines work, you know they're just not pushing it to its limits. So that's exciting to me. Getting around the emissions is exciting to me, and having the cost of a 25 horse tractor is exciting to me. So the fact that you can get a tractor strong enough to lift 2,000 pounds on the front at the price of a 25 horse tractor, that makes the TYM tractor next level. And I'll tell you what really sealed the deal for me to be interested in one of these is the fact that my buddy Brock just reviewed a tractor that's not supposed to exist, I guess, a 2515 with a cab on it, and they were out in the field. He had one hay bale on the back, I think they were 5x5 round bales, and they had two spears on the front, and they lifted two round bales on the front. For a 25 horse tractor, that's just unheard of. So TYM is doing a lot of great things. Some of the other concerns that I've seen on the internet and from some of my neighbors that I've talked to when I mentioned I kind of might be looking into TYM tractors is, well, good luck getting parts and service. I've seen that comment 1,000 times. And so I talked to him here at TYM because this dealership is 30 minutes from my house, and you know me, my wife and my daughter own a coffee shop, so we're all about supporting small business. That's why we kind of teamed up with Davis Equipment, the Kubota dealer, because we're all about supporting small businesses in our neighborhood. And TYM falls into that category. What they were able to tell me is that, one, they service these tractors right here at their location. They've always been able to get any of the parts that they need. And the TYM lineup has a 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty and a 6-year powertrain warranty. If TYM is going to produce a product that they'll stand behind for up to 6 years, and they make parts available and they have service available right here locally, that makes them a very attractive option on the market. Now guys, I'll just go ahead and tell you, it's probably a good thing that they don't have a 2515 here on the lot, because if they had a 2515, I would be seriously considering pulling the trigger so that I could pick up those big logs and pick up those firewood totes with a 25 horse tractor. Here's the deal, and I think there are a lot of people out there in a similar situation to me. Hobby farmers, hobby homesteaders, we're not out there farming our land for profit and planting crops and pulling big plows and running big heavy equipment that requires massive horsepower to get the job done. Some of you are, and so you might need to step into like a T474 or a 4815 or something with a little more oomph. But for me, I'm just out there producing hobbies on my farm, and those hobbies include moving heavy logs and moving firewood totes and things like that. So I don't care about having a ton of horsepower. I care about being able to lift heavy. And that's what it seems to me TYM does the best. Now listen guys, I'm not sponsored by TYM. I'm not here to sell you on what's the best tractor on the market or that you should go buy a TYM. They're just the greatest thing there ever was. I'm here to kind of help share some of the information that I'm learning as I start to shop for a tractor that has a greater lift capacity, but is still affordable. I've said it before, I live on a budget. I've got to do things affordably. I can't just go out and buy the nicest, greatest thing that's on the market. That's why I'm driving a 2014 Tundra, because it'll get the job done, but I can afford it. We all have our limitations, and if TYM can produce a tractor that they stand behind and they make it affordable and they make it the best option for lifting, they're definitely in the running. Now, when I bought my Kubota BX, I only considered Kubota, LS, and John Deere. Now, almost immediately, John Deere was out because the quote they gave me on a price was almost $5,000 more for the same equipment. Kubota was off. So I went to the LS dealer and I talked to them about what I needed, and they priced everything out, and it was actually going to be about $1,500 more than the Kubota. So Kubota won my business because at the time they were the most affordable. I don't necessarily think that's true anymore. Now, I've been happy with my Kubota. I've been very happy with the dealer involvement of Davis. They've taken great care of me. When I did have some issues, they always fixed those right away. They had the parts quick. They've been great to deal with. So I have no regrets in buying the Kubota. But if they weren't the most affordable option on the market, would I buy another one today? I don't know. There are more things to consider, and some of those things are the TYM tractors. So guys, listen, if you're in the market for a tractor, especially if you are looking at a compact size tractor and lift capacity is what's important to you, give TYM a hard look. And if you're in the Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia area, stop by Triple M Tractors in Grayson, Kentucky and talk to Cullen. They're great family folks, they're great to deal with, and they're going to stand behind what they sell here. We appreciate them asking us to come out and take a look at their lineup. We definitely will be talking to them more in the future. Guys, until next time, get outside and enjoy God's creation because it is beautiful out here. Y'all have a good day.